不死のちぎりを俺と結べ。
できませぬ、源一郎殿。
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the video game levels from the last decade that most made us want to throw our controllers and/or keyboards.
Now, rot.
Number 10, Fire Temple, The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Huh?
Dungeons are a constant in most Zelda games. However, given the open layout of Tears of the Kingdom, its templates can be hit or miss. And the Fire Temple is definitely a miss. Built around a series of minecart tracks, the goal is to hit a series of gongs with your partner Unibo to open the boss room. However, navigating the tracks, even with a map, can be confusing and frustrating. But even if you bypass the cart sections altogether, there are plenty of other aggravations. From Unibo not doing what you want, to confusing puzzles, to simply falling into lava after running out of stamina. While the Fire Temple isn't difficult, it's extremely annoying.
Oh no! Is Zelda inside the monster?
Number 9. Overgrown Ruins, Returnal. Most levels that make you want to tear your hair out tend to be placed later on. In this case, it's the first area of the game. Returnal is a roguelike title built around a time loop mechanic. Basically, when you die, you lose all your progress except for a few key items and go back to the beginning. The learning curve when you're making your first few runs through the area is tough enough. However, even after acquiring better weapons, your upgrades are brought back to 0 too, so even that's not much of an advantage. Particularly since everything on this stupid planet wants to kill you. Number 8. Ashen Castle, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. Given that it's part of the Souls family, rage moments happen frequently in this game. And while dying against bosses is commonplace, perhaps the most frustrating level is the first visit to Ashen Castle. The area can feel like a major difficulty spike for many first-time players. The blue-robed samurai fencers are quite tough, and the nightjar ninjas on the rooftops can drop in to hit you out of nowhere. Of course, the rage from dying repeatedly to the tough enemies is only compounded by the castle's layout, which can be tough to get your head around at first. If your sense of direction isn't great, you're essentially trapped in a nightmare. Number 7. Cortex Castle, Crash Bandicoot 4: It's About Time.
This castle is a maze. I alone know all of its secret halls and passages. Like the one behind the portrait of Grandfather that opens when you press on his triangular fossa.
Platforming in Crash games can range from tough but fair to absolute Bandicoot dookie. The final level of this game falls into the latter camp. Bottomless pits, disappearing platforms, and lasers. Then there's the final leg of the level, which leaves zero margin for error and which requires constant swapping between the various quantum masks and using each of their powers. Doing it perfectly doesn't take that long, but nobody's getting through this gauntlet on the first try. Oh, and if you try to get that flashback tape, you're gonna have a really bad time. Number 6. Temple of Styx, Hades.
Carl, is that your way of asking me for your old job back, boy? You were a scourge upon every administrative duty to which you were assigned.
Given that it's a roguelike set in the Greek underworld, Hades gives ample reasons for players to rage quit. But the Temple of Styx is perhaps the most obnoxious area of the game. Positioned right before the final boss, the Temple of Styx can either be fairly easy or a brutal gauntlet, depending on your build. Oh, and your luck. That's because only one of the 5 doors you go through leads to the exit, and how many rooms you have to do varies every run. The rooms being filled with enemies that do poison damage that stacks only make them more of a headache. You might as well swim the river Styx, cause that might be easier. Number 5. Long Journey's End, Super Mario Odyssey. This Mario title continues the series' tradition of rewarding players for unlocking an extra final level by making it the hardest stage in the game. Long Journey's End subjects players to a prolonged platforming gauntlet, with minimal health, only one checkpoint, and most of it is set over lava. While individual sections can be completed fairly easily in isolation, it's the repetition that drives us completely insane with this one. By the time you reach a new part of it to tackle, you've probably already died an embarrassing number of times just getting there. And you'll probably die immediately in the new part as well.
Off the rails. Hello. These are sails. It's freedom like you never knew. Bags or a pass. Say the word.
Number 4. Alphael, Brace of the Halig Tree, Elden Ring. Essentially, every area in Elden Ring is guaranteed to make someone gnash their teeth or hit their head against a wall in frustration. But Alphael takes the rage to a new level. While the environment is beautifully designed, you won't have any time to appreciate it since all of the most obnoxious enemies in the game are back and they're constantly attacking you. 2 Halig Tree Knights and an Erd Tree Avatar at the same time? Whose idea was that? And after all that, you have to fight Melania, one of From Software's hardest, most soul-crushing bosses ever. Number 3. Path of Pain, Hollow Knight. We'll say this for Path of Pain, at least it's not false advertising. This hidden area of the White Palace is an unrelenting gauntlet of buzzsaws, thorns, enemies, and limited footholds. The only way through is to pogo bounce off of mobs and saws to keep from the spikes above, below, and to the sides of you. You'll die over and over again because death is all around you and the only way through is by trial and a whole lot of error. Whether the pain you experience is mental or from the inevitable carpal tunnel syndrome, Path of Pain will deliver it. Number 2. Farewell, Celeste. Every single solitary level of this glorious, endlessly frustrating precision platformer has made someone rage at some point, and yet they all pale before Farewell. Not only do you need to use every technique and mechanic you've learned up until this point, you also need to learn a surprising number of new ones just for this level. In addition to being the final chapter in the game, it's also the longest chapter, so you're going to be dying more than you ever have before. You'll be asking yourself repeatedly if Celeste's charming and moving story is really worth putting yourself through all of this when you could just watch someone else do it on YouTube.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. The whole thing. Getting over it with Bennett Foddy.
That's not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice.
Yeah, we're kind of cheating with this one, but this entire game is technically one long level, so we're counting it. The point of getting over it is to get a dude stuck in a cauldron up a mountain using a hammer. The obtuse controls and constant lectures from the narrator are infuriating enough, but the worst thing about getting over it is how easy it is to lose not just some, but all of your progress. That's right, no checkpoints. One wrong move in certain spots and you're back where you started. Bennett Foddy, we know making this game wasn't technically a crime, but if making gamers rage was against the law, you'd have gone right to jail after completing it.
I dedicate this game to you, the one who came this far. I give it to you with all my love.
Is there a level that made you crash out recently? Keep it mellow and share your picks in the comments.